Hello everyone, welcome back to Starseed Tarot reading. So this is going to be the part 2 of what deck survived the big move from the UK to France. But this time it will be oracles. I've done the part 1 for tarot and this one is going to be oracle decks. So if you want to know what oracle decks have survived the big move, just keep watching. So before we start with the oracles, I just want to make a little bit of an update regarding the tarots because between my part 1 and today, I've received 2 new tarots. So the first one is the Ehrenberg tarot. I think you've all seen it, but I'm gonna show you quickly. So it's a tarot that focuses more on the symbolism of the tarot and what it takes the important part of the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith and it just puts it into a card, so it's just, like here the magician, we have the wand of the magician, we have the obviously the hat of the magician, but it's more focusing on the the important thing of the card here. For example, on the Seven of Wands, we have the wand, obviously, but also we have the 2 different shoes. That is part of the story of the Seven of Wands. So yeah, I think that's a very interesting deck, and I can't wait to use it. So that's the first one I received in between, and the second one is the Sawyer Redux edition, Rider-Waite-Smith edition. So it's just a rendition of the Rider-Waite-Smith by Jamie Sawyer. So it's very, I like it. There is no border, no titles. There's some mandalas in the back, as you can see, with the elements, or sometimes, a planet symbol, like here we have Mars, for example. So again, very interesting deck. I wanted this one for quite a while and it was always very expensive, but I've saved enough money to be able to buy this one. So these are the only 2 decks I've received last month. So yeah, last month. So this is an update for my tarot, the tarots I have. So now we're going to go ahead with the oracles, and the first one is a new one because I received it just an hour ago, and it's the Arcana Folia Oracle deck. So it's a very interesting deck. I like it so far. I mean, I haven't used it yet. There are 50 cards. Um, it's round, as you can see. These are the backs. And for each card, you have the title. So here, for example, you have self-care, and then you have a little sentence here. So here it says heal, repair, reconnect. So I thought it was a very interesting deck. I like the kind of imagery. Still very it's kind of simple, but it's very pretty. I think it will be a very good autumn deck, I think. It gives me autumn vibes, even if we have flowers and everything. It's very autumn-like. Here we have cleanse, for example, clear space for positive energy with the kind of the broom. So it's a little bit witchy as well. So very interesting. I'm just gonna wait to see how I use it, but that's the first oracle. So it didn't really survive the move, but it's just one that I acquired recently, so I wanted to show you. And now we're going to go ahead with the decks that have survived. The first one I'm gonna show is the Creatures Oracle. I don't know if you seen this one. It's by Sarah Kathleen, that is a UK creator. It's quite a big deck. The cards, you cannot shuffle the cards like this. You have to shuffle them like this probably, because it's such a big deck. But these are the backs. Very pretty, my favorite color, purple. And this is the deck. So you have a creature there, and then for each card you have a keyword. And I think that's very good in readings, to just either start with the main kind of theme of the reading, or and the reading with a keyword, you know, a keyword that we can take with us, and that could be the keyword of the month or the keyword of the week or the keyword or whatever period you want. But that's why it survived. I like this deck because it's good for opening or closing a reading, and I like the fact that it's just like kind of one keyword to focus on. So now I'm going to show you this one. So this one is quite an old one, Angel Prayers Oracle card. It's one of the first Oracle I've had. I don't have all the cards there because I'm using this Oracle for something else. But basically, you know, pretty standard Angel Oracle. You have the title, the either the angel or the like kind of guide. So here, for example, we have the Divine Father, and then you have a prayer. So Divine Father, thank you for co-creating my world with me, for example. And yeah, that's one of the first kind of angel decks, angel oracle decks. I've edged it with all these different colors. But yeah, one of the first, there's a guidebook as well, but the guidebook is downstairs because I'm using it for something else. But yeah, that's one of them that survived. Going on with Kyle Gray still, the Divine Master Oracle. The goal of, like, there is another one that I will show you later, but I think there was one goal of his was to have this deck, the Archangel, you know, the one that has 22 Archangel cards, which I have here, I think, as well, so I will show you, and then the Angel Guides, and to make it like a super deck. So that's why I wanted to keep this one as well, because maybe one day I'll do that, even if the backs are different. And what I find a little bit sad is that this one is on a matte cardstock and the two other ones are on the glossy cardstock. So it makes it hard, and yeah, it makes it hard to make it like as a super deck because the texture of the cards is different, you know. So I don't know. Maybe one day I'll do it, but for now I haven't done it. But again, you have the Divine Guide, you have kind of a keyword or key phrase, and then you have more keywords. So here, for example, we have Sanat Kumara, open channel, signs, codes, downloads, and sacred information. Here you have Lakshmi and Ganesh, prosperity vibration. You are attracting health, wealth, and happiness. So again, pretty standard Oracle decks. It's done by one of my favorite artists, which she's Jennifer. I don't never know how to say her name, Hawkyard. But yeah, it's one of my favorite artists as well. So that's why I wanted this deck as well, because I love the art. But yeah, this one survived the move. I was not expecting it because that's my second copy. The first copy I gave it away, and then I bought another copy of it. So yeah, that's the deck. I'm just gonna go ahead with these two ones because they are the same but in different version. I think you've all seen these two decks. One is the big version. Again, I've had it for years. This one, I've edged mine in this kind of yellow color, as you can see, to go a little bit with the backs. But yeah, and I have the smaller version of it, which is better, you know, when I used to go in Manchester to do these readings every like twice a month. It's better to have this than this. This is quite heavy and this is a lot easier to transport. But I think you've seen them all, so I'm not gonna show you. The next one, we're gonna stay in a theme of animals, and we have the Familiar Field Oracle. So I love the Field Tarot. It's one of my favorite tarot. It's very it gives a very calm vibe, and I was so happy when they released an animal deck, an animal oracle deck, because it goes together. You know, when you do a big spread and you have tarot cards and oracle cards and everything is following, you know, this is the same art style and it's the same kind of energy. It feels very nice for you and for the client as well. And this deck is very good. I love the backs, kind of this snake skin. And then I love that we have the animal, but also we have keywords. I think I got rid of all my animal decks that were just saying like hare or kangaroo. Okay, but give me a signification. What does it mean? Like you could interpret it in so many ways, of course, but I like that there is here, for example, family, direction, energy. It gives a little bit more guidance on how to read the cards, you know. So yeah, I got rid of all the ones that didn't have keywords because I can see that it's a fox, you know, here. I don't need you to tell me it's a fox on the card. And I know I can see that. Just give me a meaning. What was your purpose when you put this card in a deck? What message do you want to transmit to the people having this deck? But yeah, this one survived. Another one that survived is the Botanical Inspiration. It's a present that I did for myself on my birthday 3 years ago, I think. And it's a pretty. I like this. It's very pretty. It reminds me of, you know, this kind of like flower images that you will see in science books in, you know, when you were a kid. Um, you know, nature books and all these type of things that you could see at school. I'm not too fan of the backs, but that's okay. And this is very good. So you have the name of the flower, you have the Latin name or the scientific name of the flower. Then you have a kind of keyword or key phrase, and then you have a kind of poem. So let's grab a card. Let's, for example, take this one. So we have this flower, and then we have the keyword. It says playfulness, and then it says play is the royal road to childhood happiness and adult brilliance. And then you have sometimes you have the author, and sometimes it's unknown, so you don't have necessarily an author. So here, for example, the right rose, new start and wisdom. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. So yeah, I kind of like this deck. I think it's very pretty, and I like the message that it has. So that's why it survived the move. It opens like this, also interesting. But yeah, Botanical Inspirations. I kept this deck. Then we have a witchy deck, which is Earthly Soul and Spirits Moon Oracle by Terry Foss. I like this deck. Again, it's a very simple one that just has, I love the backs as well, just has one keyword. And I love the art of this one, and I love the fact that there's just one keyword. You know, here, beautiful, here, blossom, serenity, enchanted, radiant. You know, it's simple. There's You can do whatever you want with this, you know, success. And I love that it's kind of witchy, so I use it a lot, obviously, during Halloween. I also think, like, you know, it's not as daunting as some other decks if you want to use it for clients for Halloween. You know, this one is quite soft in colors. It feels magical. It doesn't feel scary, even if it's witches and stuff like this. It's better than the zombie one, for example, or, you know, there was another one I can't remember, Oracle of the Witch, I think it's called, where it's black and white and red or something like this. And this one is a little bit more, you know, scary, let's say. But this one is very good. I like it. Next one, quite a big one, is the Voldemort's Carnival of Souls. And I love this deck. I love this because it was a whole experience. So you have this hard cover copy book. Then you had also like a ticket. As I said, it's a whole experience. So it's almost like you entering into the carnival. Here you have an actual story of each character in the Oracle. Very nice story, very nice book. Of course, you also have a guidebook with the meaning. So there's a little bit of like a summary of the backstory that you can find in a book, and then the interpretation of the card. But it helps to have both the story and it helps with the interpretation. And then the cards themselves are So pretty. So these are the backs. You can see with this kind of copper color edging. Then it's edged in black as well. And then here you can see also the colors. And you have different characters, Professor Simberg, the artist. So you have different um, different characters that are all in this guidebook and this book in this story. And yeah, I think it's a whole experience. So I didn't want to let this go. I wanted this deck to come with me. And I think it's also a birthday present that I did to myself, but last year. But yeah, last year or the year before, it would have been the year before. So 2023. But yeah, very good. It's by Matt Hughes. So if you know his art, he's done the Ethereal Visions tarot and other oracles. He has done many. So here we are. I'm just being careful not to put everything together so it falls. Next one, I'm just gonna quickly show you. This one is just a playing card deck. But it's a little bit spooky as well. It's a little bit different, and all the court card have a character as well, which has a different story. It's based on the story of Salem. So yeah, it's very unique, very different. I have not used it yet, to be honest. I just liked it, and when I use my Keymaster Tarot, I have the Keymaster kind of playing cards. So this one I haven't used it really, but at least I have it, so it's there. Another small oracle, we have the Wisdom Within by Leah Schumann. She also has done many decks, and this one is quite a simple deck. It's a kind of affirmation decks, or questions or actions. So I think this is the three kind of suits there is on this deck. So here, for example, you have, what did you learn from this connection? Here you have more of an affirmation. I am a multidimensional, forceful being who is equipped to have and hold the entire universe inside me. When you feel like it, you don't fit in. Make space. I allow my inner child to come out and play. So you have all these different sayings. Sometimes it's questions, sometimes it's action, sometimes it's affirmation. So yeah. So yeah, and there are, I think, 80 cards if I remember well. 88. So it's quite a lot of cards as well. It's very pretty. It's edged in this gold. These are the backs. But yeah, very cute, simple deck as well. So I kept it. It stayed, and it's starting to fall. It stayed with me. The next one we're gonna have a look at is this one. Is a Lenormand. So I don't have a lot of Lenormand. I have two. This is one of them, and the other one, I think I'm using it for something else, so you won't see it. And this is the Lenormand of Enchantment by Yasmin Westwood. So I'm pretty sure you've seen it, but I'm just gonna show you quickly. And I like this one because I'm gonna just show you a few cards. It's very very in the style of Yasmin, but it feels very enchanted and witchy and mystic, and yeah, I like this one. It's also very pretty. It's edged in gold, and these are the backs. And the guidebook is amazing because the guidebook gives you the meaning of the card. And there's a lot there with the meaning of the card, but then it gives you what cards are around it and what is the meaning depending on what card is around it. So let's say, for example, you have the child with the clouds. It represents insecurity, depressed youth, a sad child, obscure beginnings, misunderstood youth, puzzling first step, lost youth, confused child, fearful child, vague start, hide and seek. So it's very good for that. Very, very nice guidebook. So that's the Lenormand of Enchantment. That's the only Lenormand you're going to see in this video. I'm putting things on the floor now because otherwise it's falling. The next one is a present from one of my friends, Charlie, and his Sea Soul Journeys Oracle cards. She went to America, I think I want to say Miami, and she went to a little physical, like metaphysical store, and she saw this and she thought it would be a good present to bring to me. So it's very nice. So I kept it with me. Again, it's a very simple deck. You have, these are the backs. It's all different backs. And then here you have, again, you have a picture, is obviously water and sea, and you have a keyword. So then you have a sentence. So here, for example, it says gratitude, may you honor all that you receive. And then you have release, may you lay open your burdens. Compassion, may you tend to the suffering. So you probably notice a theme with me and oracle decks. I like when oracle decks are simple, when you don't have to overthink, when there's not too much details, and you can just expand on what is being given to you as keywords or as sentences, whatever it can be. Next one we're going to go ahead with is the Angel Numbers Oracle. I think you've probably seen this one. It was very popular for a minute. I think it was 2023, end of 2023, 2024, something like this, I want to say. These are the bags, and again, simple one. You have an angel number, you have a keyword: abundance, awaken, reflect, action, potential, relax, leveling up, authenticity, twin flame. So you have a lot of keywords that are very useful, and again, it's simple. And if you want, in the guidebook, you also have a little paragraph there, and then you have an affirmation, which is very good. I usually use it. So with clients reading, I will read to them the affirmation and will tell them, like, you can write it down, and anytime you need it, just repeat this affirmation. So very good deck, and that's why it stayed with me. Next one of my oldest oracle as well, is the Starseed Oracle. You've probably seen this one. I'm not even gonna show you, but I've etched mine in this. Well, it was brighter pink, but now it's obviously getting old and getting used, so it's less bright. But yeah, you've probably seen this one. I have to be in a special mood to use this one, but I do like it. I do like the messages that are coming through. I used to use it a lot, but I use it less now because, again, I said I need to be in a special mood, and also the concepts of these decks are quite deep, so I need time. I can't just put a card. Next one we're going to go ahead is the Glow Oracle by Robin Voisey, and it's the second. This is the first of two decks that has stayed with me from this creator. I'm not sure you've seen this one, so I'm just gonna show you. Very good deck as well. It's all about light. The edging is beautiful in this kind of phosphorescent, fluorescent blue. I don't know, electric blue. These are the backs. And it's all based on animals that are reacting to light. So whether they reflect light, whether they are glowing in the dark, all these type of things. So you have, again, the insect or the animal. I like this deck as well because it's not the animals that you see all the time. Here, for example, you have flying squirrel. You don't see that in every deck, and then you have, again, you just don't have the animal name. You have some meaning associated to that, what the creator of the deck wanted to transmit as a message with this animal in particular. So here, flying squirrel, you have adventure, time to play, bravery. And you also have a sigil here that you can use, you know, when you're journaling or whatever, that you can use. And the guidebook is also very good because you learn about the animals, and you learn if, like for example here, they are bioluminescent, or sometimes they are obviously iridescent, biofluorescent, you know, it's all these different things. So you learn about the animal, and then you have a tidbit of awesomeness, so it speaks a little bit more about the animal. Conversation status, conversation, I was like, conversation, no, conservation status of the animal. So if it's a critically endangered, oh my god, I can't speak, animal, or if it's, you know, what status is it. And then you have the meaning of the card. So also a very guidebook. And yeah, we see animals here that we don't see all the time here. Superb bird of paradise, glow worm, we don't see that all the time. Firefly squid, I didn't even know it was a thing, you know. So yeah, abalone, crowned wood nymph. So yeah, I think it's very interesting that we have these different animals. Swell shark, Dinoflagellatus. I don't know, but yeah, very interesting deck, and I like that we don't have the same animals that we always see represented in decks usually, and that there is a link to lights as well. I think it's very interesting. But that's the Glow Oracle. Let's move on to another one that you've probably seen as well, the Beloved Dead Oracle. I like this deck. It's very unique, very pretty, edging in gold like this. But yeah, why is it? Okay, oh yeah. So we have this one that, you know, the deck kind of encourages you to put this card there before playing with this deck. It's more like an invitation for the right spirit, the right messengers to come and speak to you. So yeah, but again, it's very simple. You have an image, you have a keyword, and there are different type of energy. Wait, I'm trying to, yeah. So like for example here you have a different type of things. It says act of love, forgiveness and faith, and you have different things like this. There's act of love and act of, I can't remember what else, but there's different type of messages and kind of like suits, not really suits but kind of. So yeah, very interesting deck, and I didn't want to let go of this one, so it survived the move. Next one we're gonna have a look at is the Wisdom of the Sacred Bee Oracle. It's not complete, and the guidebook is unfortunately downstairs. I forgot to bring it in. My favorite color, purple, so this is pretty. These are the bags, and I really wanted to keep one bee oracle or one bee themed tarot or whatever, just because Manchester, the symbol of Manchester is the bee, and it kind of remind me of Manchester. But also I like this deck, so I had the tarot as well, but I didn't enjoy the tarot as much, so I kept the oracle. But again, you can see that I'm pretty simple. One image, one keyword. So here we have overwhelm, then we have deity, then we have the unfolding. You also have the um, symbol here, so whether it's fire, earth, water, and then you have spirit here. So yeah, it's quite simple, you know. Scarcity, values, Taurus, enigmatic. So the spirit one are a little bit more, well, spiritual, quintessence. So, but yeah, I like this deck, and I didn't want to get rid of it, so it came with me. So that's the Wisdom of the Sacred Bee Oracle. I don't know if I've said it before, but here we are. This is a French deck that I've never used, but I didn't want to get rid of, and it's called the Oracle G. It's very simple. It's very simple. It's very, yeah, the drawings are very simple. But yeah, I've never used it because it's a system that you have to learn how to use it. And also some of the meanings are not like we can understand that this is celebration, but like what is this, so you kind of have to learn the meanings. This is the rupture of a contract or something like this. But yeah, some of this, like this is like what is the meaning of this. So I like it because it's very different, it's very unique, and from what I understand from the French readers, it's a very good deck that is giving very good readings. So I really want to learn this, so I didn't want to get rid of it. The next one is the Runic Odyssey Oracle, the new edition. This one I got it for very cheap because there was some defaults, I think, some defaults on some of the coloring of the cards or whatever. I can't even remember, and I can't even see it. So, but yeah, Eva Delco, which is the creator, she's French, and she was getting rid of these faulty copies, which I don't even know. I couldn't tell you what was wrong with it. Maybe it was the guidebook was missing or something, because there's no guidebook with it, so I'm not too sure. I can't remember. But she was doing this for cheaper on her website. So I had the first edition that she's done with this Oracle, which was the clear one, like the beige one. And then she released this edition in more like a dark gray. So I purchased it again because it was cheap, and it was I think I prefer this version than the beige one. So yeah, I kept it and I used it a few times, and it's very good. So I'm glad I got it again. But yeah, the Runic Odyssey Oracle new edition. I don't know if it's still available, but yeah, her Instagram name as well is Hivaya, so Hivaya. So she doesn't go by her name, she goes by her creator name. Then we have the Spirit Animal Wisdom. Again, I've had it for many years. And you're going to notice, a pattern. But I like the drawings on this. It's very cute, very soft. It was a cheap deck, and it's a very good deck. And yeah, you have the animal, you have the symbol, or like the element is related to, you have a keyword, and then you have a sentence. So here, for example, the crane, you have here the elemental symbol, and then you have surrender, which is air, by the way, surrender, and then it says let go of limiting beliefs, be as expansive in your thoughts as your soul is. And you have different ones, like rabbit. Then you have two, sometimes you have two. So here you have air and earth. Sensitive souls, strengthen your boundaries and cut cords. Yeah, sometimes you have two. So here we have, it's different. You have earth and air. Shadow work, there are no shadows without light. Lion, you just have one. You would think it's fire, but it's not, it's earth. Honor your soul and celebrate this journey. Starfish, we have water, obviously. Intuition, listen to your soul's truth, think less, feel more. So again, very good deck. This deck is good as well because in the guidebook it gives you crystals that you can work with. So if you go to here, you have sometimes, yeah, pretty much all the time. So it's not always one page, it can be two, but you have the crystal companion. So here, for example, for the honeybee, you have the crystal bumblebee jasper, rose quartz, or ruby. So it's good because it could be like crystal that you need to work with or carry with you throughout the month, the week, whatever you want. Next one is the second deck by Robin Voisey, like I said, and it's Oracle of Oneness, which is perfect with her Tarot of Oneness, and it's a very pretty deck. Yeah, so again, purple, I like this purple as well. These are the backs, and this is, you know, as always, very simple and exactly the type of Oracle decks I like. So here we have, sorry, an image, and it says life is a reflection of your inner landscape. Here, beautiful image. We have an eye and a lion within it, and it says the courage of a lion exists within you. Here we have this, like we can see the prints of someone walking on the beach, and it says you are exactly where you are supposed to be. Number 33, amplify healthy connections and release harmful ones. And you can see kind of people here and the linked to you. So yeah, again, I really like this deck, and I'm glad I have the Oracle of Oneness, I have the Tower of Oneness normal edition, and I have the Tower of Oneness small edition. So really the whole thing. The next one we have is, you know, this deck you've probably seen many times as well, and it's the Purgatorium Hex Oracle. I've etched it in black. These are the backs, and it's by Jens at I can't remember his Instagram. I can't remember his Instagram, but that's Jens that created this deck. So as always, I love that everything that Jens does. So I have this deck, I have his Sirena one, I have this Tarot Key one. So I love what he does, and this is very powerful deck. I never use it with clients. It's again a deck that I use more for myself as a way of knowing kind of like the shadow aspects that I'm not wanting to see. I use it more in this way. So that's the kind of like the only Oracle decks that I use as a shadow work type of deck. I don't like to use this shadow work type of vocabulary, but if there was anything that we could say, it would be this deck that I use for shadow work. Next one is the Cryptid Oracle, Lil Cryptid Oracle, and it's so cute. Lil Cryptid Oracle, it comes in this little box. It came with this bag as well. It was a Kickstarter campaign. And then we have the, again, very simple. We have the Cryptid and we have a keyword. So here we have the Phoenix and we have Rebirth. Here we have Shock, I think, and we have Manifestation. Then we have, I have no idea how to pronounce this, the name of this creature, but we have Fate. Then we have here Reptilian Integration. It's very cute, and again, these are the bags. This is edged in this pale blue. But again, it's a very simple deck. I don't need much, you know, for my oracles, I like them to be simple. So that's perfect. It's simple, you have the creature, you have the name of the creature and the meaning. Then we're gonna go ahead with this one, which I still have the box, so it's the only one where I have the deck in a pouch, but I also kept the box, and it's the Echoes Sigil Oracle deck, and I received it probably something like a month before I moved out from the UK. But it came with this pouch with beautiful red, and it's quite a unique deck. I think it could be used for more like magic practice. These are the backs, but I like this deck. It's very interesting. I like the cardstock as well. It's almost like plastic, but not really. As you can see, it's edged in this beautiful red, and yeah, you have different sigil, and then you have a kind of like it depends. Here you have an archangel, for example, so Archangel Michael, Archangel of Fire, and here you have keywords: spiritual victories, physical fitness, and beauty. But it's not always like this. So here you have more like a keyword, so intuition, and then a key, like some key phrases: increased perception and clear knowledge. Here you have new moon, refreshing intelligence, new beginnings, fresh perspective to problems. And again, you have a sigil. So I like this deck as well, with all the sigil that there is. You know, sometimes you feel like the card is being damaged, but that's on purpose. I think it was done on a journal and then just scanned, and that's why sometimes you have, you know, all these type of things. So it's part of the deck. So it's not a default of the deck, it's normal. But yeah, very interesting deck, very nice. I haven't used it that much, but I think like it's giving very good insight as well inside this. And then you have a divination part, and this, for example, for gratitude, we have this card is inviting you to do a personal inventory to identify the good things already in your life. Once you know what is going well for you, it becomes easy to give thanks for those things. This is the fundamental nature of gratitude, showing appreciation for things that you would normally take for granted. Check in with yourself and appreciate everything. So yeah, that's the kind of things that, you know, this deck is about. And then you have a little bit of like a sigil spread of like how you can, yeah, use this deck. And as I said, you can use it in ritual magic. So very interesting deck, and I didn't want to let go of it, so it came with me. 2 friends. Next one, a very known deck, is the Mildred Payne's deck. Everyone knows this deck. I have it in this little pouch. But again, here we have it's a little bit like, you know, a little bit less like I like, because you have here, you know, star. Okay, I know I could see it's a star, but surprisingly, I think it's a very efficient deck. Um, I've used it to I've used it combining it with tarot decks, and it's always very accurate, and the right symbol is always coming through. So, but yeah, Mildred Payne's deck. I like the story behind it as well. You know, like this crazy woman that was locked in an asylum and just created this deck, and that's the whole story. And I like this. Next one, we have this one, which is Carry Me Home Oracle Cards by Levi Smith. So you know Levi, and he created different decks, and he created this one, and I kept it. So again, very simple. I like the masculine energy of this deck. Obviously, Levi is known to create decks that have more a masculine energy, but always in, you know, softness, and, you know, really combining both feminine and masculine energy with a masculine representation. So I like the way he creates decks. So it feels powerful but also vulnerable at the same time. Um, and then yeah, you just have like here, for example, Archangel Gabriel, express yourself brazenly, level up. So again, you have just a keyword, master manifester, or like a theme, or yeah, and then you have simply wanting something isn't enough. You have a key sentence: Lionheart, what makes you radiate confidence and strength. And yeah, and the guidebook is good because you have a prompt for each prompt, or you have one or several for each card. So it's very good as well. So you can use this to journal and learn more about yourself. These are the backs. I love these backs as well. So yeah, this one also came with me to France. So now we're almost there, guys. I'm just gonna I just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I have 7 left, so we're almost there. The next one is the Ocean Dreams Mystic Oracle by Daniel Noel. This is a deck I won on Instagram. And is it part of? No. So again, this is a very beautiful deck. You have here this beautiful edging in this kind of turquoise. And then it's a little bit of again, a deep deck, with all Daniel Noel's deck. It's a little bit deeper than normal Oracle decks. So here, for example, Oceanic Beloved, you won't necessarily understand what it means. So it's not something I can necessarily use with clients because it would require me to, stay with the client and read the guidebook and try to visit the meaning of the card and the description of the card and what it could mean for them. So I won't have time to do that in a reading. So I use it more for myself. It's a deck that I use for myself to, when I want to, again, I need to be in the mood to get into like a deep reading. But yeah, I usually take one card. I don't do like spreads or whatever. It would take too much. But I usually take one card and check the meaning and see how it correlates with my life and all these type of things. But very beautiful deck. Production quality is amazing as well. But yeah, Ocean Dreams Mystic Oracle. Next one, we're gonna go with another deck from Levi, and it's one of my favorite Oracle deck, and it's the Sacred Fool Oracle deck. It's a 40 cards. You're going to see more because there was an expansion that I also bought from him. So I have more than 40 cards. I think 50 maybe. No, more than that. I think his expansion was 20 or 25 cards, so I have more now. It's probably around 60 card decks. But yeah, I love this deck. I love the backs. I love the fact that it's glossy. And this expansion introduced some things like deities, masculine or feminine. So here, for example, we have Athena, and again we have two keywords: knowledge and civilization. Sovereign, here we have Zeus, for example, so again another deity, again very masculine, very masculine representative. Levi is always using these images of handsome people, so whether it's male or female. But here we have Zeus, fortitude, leadership, Apollo, divinity, prophecy, enlightened, illuminating, perspective. So again, it's very simple: restore, pause, relax, recuperate. Dionysus, pleasure, hedonism, astrologer, foresight, pattern. So yeah, I think that's what part of the expansion as well. It was more like archetypes: conjurer, cast, enchant. And yeah, I like this deck. It's one, as I said, it's one of my favorite deck. I like to use it, and again, it's very simple. One keyword, few, like one main keyword, few other keywords to expand the meaning. And I also like it because there's no guidebook, so you basically can do whatever you want with this deck. You can interpret it as you want because there's no guidebook. So Sacred Fool Oracle, I bought the box as well. If you want, I'm not sure it's still on Make Playing Cards, but you can buy it from Make Playing Cards, and you can buy it with or without the box, the metal box. But I wanted this metal box to keep this deck. So yeah. Next one, we have the Moonology Messages Oracle by Yasmin Bolland. And again, very simple deck. You have an image, you have reach for the moon, go for it. Drawing down the moon, knowledge. Moonlight, enchanted. Moon, maybe intuition. So you have a kind of concept or a keyword, and then you have a more like a sentence. Moon shining, staying, integrity. Moonset, releasing. Moon memories, the past. Moon rising, truth. full moon, forgiveness. So again, very simple. These are the bags. Yasmin Bolen has 3 different moon oracle. I had the first one. Then she released another one that was pretty similar, but just with um, a different imagery, but it was pretty similar in the type of messages he was giving. So I got rid of the first one and I got the second one, but then she released this one and I was like, oh, maybe I just need this one. But I feel like I might buy the second Moonology oracle that she had. I think it was called Moonology Manifestation Cards, I want to say, um, because I think this one is different from the other ones. But the 2 first ones were very similar. So yeah, that's just me rambling. Second one, we're gonna get the next one. Sorry, is this one, Angel Guide. The box is all damaged because again, it's one of my favorite deck. I use it all the time. It's by also the drawings by one of my favorite artists, like I said. And again, it's very simple. Joy and contentment, ease and grace, friendship and union, angelic protection, healing energy, inner child healing, divine timing, listen deeply. And very simple. I think you've probably seen the deck, so I'm not gonna go too much in depth. But very simple, but it's one of my favorite decks. I love it so much. And this is one of the decks that I told you that Kyle Gray's purpose, or what he kind of encouraged people to do, is to combine this one with the Divine Master and with the one that I'm going to show you now, which is the 22 Archangel Oracle. So he wanted people to kind of combine all these decks together. These are the bags, to make a super deck. But again, like I told you, this is glossy. The previous one that I shown you, Angel Guide, is also glossy, but the first one I shown you, the Divine Masters, is not glossy, it's matte. So I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I don't feel like I want to. I don't know, maybe it's just me. But this one again, very good. There's only 22 cards, but it's not a problem. It was not too expensive, and I feel like it fits the. I don't think we need more. I think, like, I don't know. I feel like this is the perfect size for this deck. It's weird, but yeah. And then you have the Archangel. You have a kind of concept or keyword or key phrase. So here, for example, the inner workings, and then you have another phrase, and it says, there are hidden truths below the surface. Dig deeper. Here we have hope, authentic reclamation. It's time to call back all the lost parts of yourself. Gabriel, divine emergence. It's time to be seen. Don't be afraid of your power and gifts. So it's very good because you have archangels, but you also have like kind of grounded messages. You know, it's not too woo-woo like Diana Cooper, for example, angel deck where you have angel lavender and it's like crazy meanings. I mean, it's not crazy, but it's just a bit too out there. So this one is very usable. We only have 2 left, and this one is Career and Life Oracle deck. I bought it on Amazon, and this one is quite of a unique deck. I'm not too sure how to classify it. Yeah, I don't know. These are the backs. It's quite a chunky one. I think there is 80 cards or something like this. I can't remember. It doesn't say. Oh yeah, 80 oracle cards. So there are 80 cards, so quite a big deck. It's an image, and then you have a keyword, and then you have a meaning. So give and take. Be open to giving and receiving to keep the flow of abundance going. Give someone a chance and ask for what your heart desires. And it's a lot of like life and work and career related. So let's have a look. For example, here renewal will be more like a life type of meaning. So here renewal, we have you need to take time to recharge your energy to get back on track. Challenges ahead require you to have faith and breakthrough. But then you have more career I think this one, yeah. Adventure, for example, it says you make exciting work moves that could take you outdoors or on a trip. You will need to climb steadily to reach your financial goals. So it speaks a little bit about everything, um, and sometimes about work more. So let's have a look if I can find one that is more work related. Let me try to find one. I can't find one, obviously. When you're looking for one, you won't find one. Well, the first one, for example, here you have investments. Invest in your education and make some big plans for the future. Take calculated risk and but save something to fall back on. So it's more like, yeah, it's a very unique deck, and I like it. I use it quite a lot as well, but sometimes it doesn't give you the expected meaning that you would. I don't know. I think it doesn't necessarily work well with all the readings that you can do. Um, so I like to use it, but sometimes, I like, for example, Oracle decks to close a reading, and I think sometimes this one asks more questions. So yeah, I like to use it, but I'm on the fence about it. And the last one we have is this one, The Return of the White Animals Oracle. And it's a very beautiful deck by a German creator, I think. Um, and I like the story behind it because it's basically saying like the more the earth is healing and the more people awaken on earth to their true self, to their authentic selves, the more we're going to see white animals. It's basically a sign that the earth is healing. So here we have all animals but represented in white and in beautiful cards, and each of them, again, you just don't have just the animal, you also have a meaning with it. So here, white bat, my body is my compass, my soul is my guide. Here we have white kiwi, the answers lie in your dreams. White cat, surrendering to the flow of life. White giraffe, crystalline consciousness, your higher self. White crow, soul connections, learning partners, karma. White weasel, gate of transformation. White raven, light in the dark, the illusion of separation. So I like this, and the guidebook is very good as well. So these are the backs, by the way. This was a deck that I was going to take with me. So that's it, everyone. That's all the Oracle decks that I've taken with me. And yeah, I think that's all the ones that survived the big move to France. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know which ones you have, which ones you are thinking the same, that if you had to move, you wouldn't separate yourself from the deck. And yeah, thank you for watching. And now that this is done, that I've shown all the decks, I will go back to showing more, doing more reviews. But again, I said like reviews, I'm not doing reviews like showing the cards. I'm just going to tell you how I use the deck, or how I intend to use the deck for new decks, and why they are in my collection, and how I use them, what type of readings I use them for, all these type of things. I don't want to just show the cards and be like, oh yeah, this is pretty. This is the bags. This is the cards, and this is the box. Um, I think like for me, it's not something that I enjoy doing. I enjoy watching other people doing it, and just to help me make a decision. But ultimately, that's not something I enjoy filming. So I want to enjoy what I film, and I want you to have value as well into watching the video. So it's more the way I'm going to approach the channel and the reviewing, and not unboxing, because I'm not doing unboxings, but reviewing and showing decks. I'm just going to show you how I use them, why I use them, why I like them, why they are in my collection still, uh, and all I can say about the deck. But yeah, thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Have a good weekend, and see you next time. Bye bye.